Hello, hi everyone. I'm Rick Kirkham of busybusinesspromotions.com, and today I'm going to tell you how to automatically generate multiple city targeted web pages for local SEO and sales. Now, the first thing that's going to happen with someone who has watched a few YouTube videos on SEO is they're going to start screaming about duplicate content and worry that these things will never rank. Well, let me assure you that it will. And the Google algorithm is a piece of software. So as long as you're following the guidelines of that piece of software, your websites, whether they're automated or whether they're AI, and this is not AI, or whether or not they're written by hand, will get indexed by Google. Okay. So let's start here. And those of you that haven't seen me do a video before don't know that I often ad lib. So I'm not just going to be reading a screen from you here. I'm actually going to be ad libbing this. So, is your local business located in multiple cities? Does your local business service multiple cities? Okay, and let me get this out of the way so I can read this. There we go. Have you tried to target multiple cities to make it easier for customers to find you, but find it cumbersome? Is it too time consuming to update every city targeted web page for your local business every time you make a change? Okay. One of the ways I satisfy this problem is by having a template website. And I'll show this to you. Don't worry. Let me see if I get this out of the way. And it appears I cannot. Okay, fine. Okay, so this is me being lazy. All I did was I just made this page here real big. So let's make this small again. There we go. And that actually makes a good thumbnail for YouTube, by the way. All right. So why do you need a web page for each city where you conduct business? You need a separate web page for each city where your local business has offices or your local business services to make it easier for your prospective customers to find you through the search engines such as Google and Bing. Basically, and this is very basically, by the way, the more you mention your location uh, for your local business webpage, the easier it is for search engines to rank you above your competitors for local keyword phrases. Local keyword phrases are what people type into the search engines to find your local business or service. Now, there's a lot more to it than that. You actually need to get backlinks and the anchor text has to be keyworded and stuff, but that's why people hire me because I understand this stuff. Now, this is referred to as SEO, which stands for search engine optimization. SEO helps you with your search engine ranking, placing you above your competition and making it easier for customers to find your local business or local service. So, Rick Kirkham, that's me, J. Richard Kirkham. Rick Kirkham's multiple city targeted web page generation is your solution. Okay. So, what is it? Okay. It's a program written to solve the problem of both creating and updating multiple city targeted web pages to help you promote your multiple city local business or service. Okay. So the next question, So do I have to make a local web page for each city with different content to help my local SEO to help with my local SEO? That's what some of the SEO experts would tell you. It's not true. I have never seen a local business reduced in search engine ranking due to duplicating local business city pages. Even search engines must realize that if the local business is the same in one city, it's the same in another city. It's that simple. Okay, what are the unique features of Rick Kirkham's multiple city targeted web page generator? Okay, so Google and other search engines love lists. Okay, so lists are an excuse to legitimately repeat your local keyword phrase in a natural manner. Therefore, Rick Kirkham's multiple city targeted web page generator work for my local business makes an index page. Okay, so let's take a look at one from one of my website promotion clients. Any kind junks multiple city service index page. So I think I got it right here actually, but let's go ahead and click this link. Okay, and here it is, junk removal for Mililani, Hawaii, covering all of Oahu. Text or call any kind junk, and phone number, all that. I did a little flashy thing up on top. I build all these by hand. And so here's the index page. And it legitimately lists all the cities that are covered and keeps going down. Okay. All right, let's close this. All right, so features of Rick Kirkham's multiple city targeted web page generator index page. The index page of Rick Kirkham's, that's me, I'm supposed to know that, multiple city targeted web page generator has the same organization as the rest of the website. And that's because the program grabs the template city page, which in this case you saw it was Mililani, and uses it. So a note that any kind junk's index page, so note that the index page, and then compare it to any kind of junk's main web page, and you'll see the format style. It's the same style. So here's, if this will open, there we go. So here's the main page. That's the index page. That's what people will land on if they just type in junkremovaloahu.com. And it's very simple. One of the advantages of coding by hand is I can hyperlink phone numbers so that people can call or text. And I have text or call hyperlinked over here. I'm not inhibited by somebody else's idea of what a website should do. I can do all this by hand. Okay, but what we just talked about, let's take a look. Here's Mililani. Okay. And here's, here's a page for IAI. Let's take a look at that. And you'll see pretty much the same page. Now, for everybody shouting out, oh, duplicate content, oh no. Okay, let's take a look at the differences. Okay, so first off, the slug itself is different. The slug is basically the file name, and that has the name of the city and the service in it. Okay, and then we get into And I have two H1 tags here, which all the content marketers are going to scream about, but you can have as many H1 tags as you want to that make sense. Okay, but here and here's an H1 tag, IAEA residence. So we mentioned IAEA, junk and furniture removal, attention IAEA property managers, etc., etc. You getting the idea? So let's go ahead and close that. And let's go back to here again. Okay, so the titles and descriptions all mention the city, state, business, and service. The URLs mention it, as I mentioned, and I listed those on purpose in the generated index because local keywords are part of the URL. The URL is the website address. It's what you type in or what you click on in Google or Bing or wherever. Okay, so every instance of the city name is changed to that target city. This is done automatically. This is not something you have to do yourself if you're my client. And further, I have a background in sales psychology as well as SEO. So I know how to take the traffic that you already have and I know how to increase your sales from that traffic. Sometimes it's just something very simple. I still remember one situation where one of my clients was taking all these notes, and I happened to mention using the word even because what she was talking about was she said, we want to make you a success. Okay, well, what if they're already a success? Now you're insulting them. What do you mean I'm not a success? Okay. How about we want to make you even more successful? So the word even keeps you out of a lot of trouble. I do a lot of substitute teaching too. I love teaching, in case you can't tell. And if I'm talking to parents, I definitely use the word even. Okay. Doing this could make you an even better parent. Now compare that to doing this could make you a better parent. Are you saying I'm not a good parent? You know, that type of thing, right? All right. So anyway, just little bitty stuff like that sometimes really makes a huge difference. Like not to go too much off of a tangent, but talking to your prospective buyers on the web page, using the word you instead of our customers. You know, sometimes it's just that basic. Okay, so in the case of any kind of junk removal service, let's see. I use this for all of my website promotion clients, and I use it. Rick Kirkham's On Topic, Monetize for You, breaking news service, and I target Oahu News. Okay, so they also get some. They also get Oahu News on there on the web page as well. So there's a lot of keywords automatically generated that have local significance. Okay, and let's see. That's about it. If you look at any kind Junk's Eva Beach city targeted webpage, you'll note that even the article titles along the side or the bottom on the mobile device have been renamed to Eva Beach. There's not going to be any confusion for the search engines as to what that web page is about. Okay. Uh, this also posts automatically to social media. It's through a paid service that I use, but the multi-city generator produces a thing called an RSS feed, and this RSS feed I upload to this service, and that service will pour it out to 4 to 5 different social medias. Combine that with a program I wrote called Repeat It, and that program will allow us to repeat stuff on social media without social media detecting whether or not it's a uh, it's a duplicate. And that comes in handy because I've noticed that posts will also end up in Google and in Bing. And sometimes, I have a little thing at the end of them called a query string. And sometimes I notice that uh, Google picked up a second or third version of the post and not the first one. So it does help to repeat things. Okay. So RSS, by the way, stands for Real Simple Syndication. And that's one of the things that that I told you about, that the program automatically generates. Also ports out to X, which is Twitter, Blogger. Uh, those things are both very good. Blue Sky's a new one too. It ports out to there. And I mentioned Blue Sky here. All right. Okay, the same city targeted social media posts are made through Rick Kirkham's social media post repeater online service. I already just talked about that. I told you I ad lib. And let's see. Folks, I just realized that I forgot to show you that this actually does get indexed by Google. And I'm going to show you a real simple trick to learn that. And you could do this anytime you want to. So here's the junk removal service cities. I'm going to refresh this just because I think I should. Okay, and that's what I showed you earlier. Now, watch this. If you want to see if something is indexed by Google, you don't really need the HTTPS to do this. I'm going to go just just to the left of the J, use my backspace key, type in the word site, colon. Now, what this will do is this will only show index pages. That means pages that Google has found uh, that are linked to this junk removal service cities. So let's hit enter now. In fact, you can even get rid of this backspace key if you want. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Okay, we press enter. Okay. And here are all the cities that I had listed in my city generation program. And this can be used for you. Okay, so we're on Oahu. And these are all of the main cities on Oahu. And every time you make a change in that primary website, the program reruns and it makes the changes in all of these. And that's the main thing I wanted to show you. So I'll try to put this in the middle of the video or something like that so you can see it. Okay, and that's it. Aloha. Enjoy the rest of the video. It's almost done. That's about it. So this, and I'm going to say this for legal reasons, I withhold the right to change the price on this. But for right now, this starts at only $49 a month. Okay, and if you don't have a social media presence and you don't have time to make all of these different pages for cities and service areas, then $49 a month is very, very affordable for, how can I put this, just about anyone in business. Okay. That's all I can tell you about. Let's I think I had this already to show you. Yeah, I showed you that. That's the service cities. And that's it. All you have to do to get started is get signed up over here. And you could pick what service you want. There's different services. And once again, I withhold the right to change these prices. But right now, there's a basic service which produces the city-generated web page, the news web pages, and ports out to a single all the news social media on 4 to 5 different social medias. Then there's the $150 a month fully managed service where you get your own social media. And of course, you get my advice. And I charge $95 an hour for that advice, which means you're making a killing if you're paying me $150 a month for that. And then, of course, I've got my treat it like my own service is what I call it. That's $995 a month. And that means I just do everything for you. Whatever needs to get done, I do it. And that's about it. So the best thing I can tell you right now is if you want to continue to get the same results, then keep doing the same thing. But maybe it's time for a change. And I believe that I am that change for you. So get signed up and welcome to the family. Aloha.